was the Castleberg Young Loyalist Band formed?
The band was formed in 1977. In fact, quite a few bands were formed around that same period of time. It was formed by members of Bridgetown Lodge. The Lodge at that time had an accordion band, and for whatever reason the band was about to finish. So the Lodge members called a public meeting in Bridgetown Orange Hall. Two of the leading lights were actually Billy Donnell and Bob McKinley, Robbie's father and Trevor's father.
Yeah.
The meeting was called, quite a few people attended, and the decision was taken that we'll form a flute band.
So who started the band initially?
Well, I suppose you could say those who called the meeting, the members of Bridgetown Lodge. Bridgetown had, as I said, an accordion band. Prior to that they had a pipe band, and prior to that they had a flute band before that. So I suppose it was getting back to originals for the Lodge, but essentially it was members of the Lodge who said yes, we'll start a flute band, and it was the wish of those who attended that public meeting that the band would form.
Well, I take it when that decision was made that you didn't have drums and flutes and all sitting on hand. How did you go about purchasing those?
Well, the drums situation was easily accommodated because of course the accordion band had drums which were initially used by the flute band. With regard to flutes, they had to be bought. In fairness to the Lodge, they allowed the members of the band to take the accordions which were able to be sold off to raise some funds, but after that there was some fundraising to be gone into to buy the first flutes. And
the fundraising was done in the form of what?
The usual thing that everyone does: draws, dances, collections round the doors, all of that. I mean, there were collection cards out, and the band was initially very well helped by the public.
So where, after everything was purchased, where was the band practice held?
Oh, in Bridgetown Orange Hall. Although we weren't a Lodge band, we were very much attached to Bridgetown Lodge. The Lodge allowed the band to be financially and organisationally independent, provided we were prepared to provide the Lodge with its music on the 12th and any other occasions that they needed music. And we also developed a relationship with the local black preceptory and with local apprentice boys.
What was the make of the drums or flutes? Do you remember that far back?
Well, the flutes from Muller Brown.
Okay.
The drums, I cannot honestly remember. There are those who would know better than me with regard to the make of drums, the expertise, percussionists within the band.
Okay. So who was first in charge, or bandmaster, should we say?
Well, when the initial public meeting was held, I was originally elected band treasurer, but it just so happened that I knew some people from Omagh, particularly members of Omagh Protestant Boys, and their fluters, their drummers come down to help us out at the very beginning. Were very, very beneficial to the band, and I presume because I was the guy who knew the fellas from Omagh, I was initially appointed bandmaster.
Any idea how many was in the first band?
Ooh. Well, at the very beginning when we started practicing, you were talking in around the 33 dozen, and as the band developed, it built up until we headed out on our dedication night. I'm not sure of the exact figures, but it was something like 42 flutes, a couple of bass drums, and 10 or 12 side drums, and a couple of cymbal players.
So in other words, a big band?
It was a big band, but big bands would have been the vogue at that time.
Do you remember what the uniform was?
Oh, very much so. The uniform was orange jerseys, white shirts, black trousers, a large purple dicky bow,
Right.
Purple beret with orange plume.
And where was the likes of those sourced from?
The jerseys, the orange jerseys were sourced locally in a factory just outside Castleberg, which sadly is no longer there. The trousers from a local clothes shop. The dicky bows, the berets and plumes indirectly from Scotland via a shop in Belfast.
Did you have any flag girls or colour party? Sorry, as the modern day term is.
No, you're right the first time. Flag girls, we would have had flag girls. It's maybe politically incorrect nowadays to talk about flag girls. And perhaps colour party is the correct way of describing it. We did have flag girls, yes.
Was there any significant flags that they actually carried for the band or for lodges or anything like that?
Well, we carried the Union flag, the Ulster flag, the St Andrew's Cross, representative of Scotland, the Orange Standard, a crimson flag representative of the Apprentice Boys, and a flag representative of the Royal Black Institution. Obviously, depending on the parade you were taking part in, the latter flags, the Orange Standard, the crimson flag, and the black, were carried on appropriate occasions.
Did the band ever cross the water?
We crossed the Derg Bridge.
Not in canoes.
Our first trip across to mainland was in 1982. We were engaged by a women's lodge in Motherwell to do the Hamilton Parade in Scotland.
Okay.
For their 12th. In 84 then there was a gap of a year, and in 84 we went to Cambuslang for the first time, and there was quite a relationship built up with that particular part of Glasgow for various parades and essentially the Scottish 12th. The band has since been across to Scotland on many occasions, and indeed not just for parading but gone across and done concerts and such like, particularly in Scotland. And we also travelled to London with the Apprentice Boys for the It's Londonderry protests. That was back in the original attempt to change the name of the city of Londonderry. That was some occasion. We travelled across on the ferry and bussed down to London and bussed back again. But it's something that many members of the band will remember for quite some time, to parade in the capital city.
So you had a big band at that time as well, was there, or?
Thinking back, we had a very strong band that went to London, and we received great praise, not alone from those who were participating in the parade, but from people who just happened to be in London, seen the parade, and were very impressed with ourselves and indeed all the participants in that parade.
Have you seen many changes in the 30 years that the band's been going?
Personally or otherwise? There have been quite a few changes. I suppose initially the description of our band would have been an out and out blood and thunder band. What I've noticed of late is that you have a band that has developed with great decorum, great discipline, and playing tunes in a slightly different style to what we would have done. But you know, times do move on, and I give great credit to those who are currently in the Castleberg Arms.
Has the band lost any members in the 30 years?
Yes. 3 of our former band members were murdered by terrorists. Norman, Michael and Ian. Others, as with any large group of people, you find that people do pass on for health reasons and other reasons. It wouldn't be fair to name any particular one of them. There are quite a few that do stand out in our minds. Each and every member or former member of the band who has died, their loss has had an impact on the band. But as time has moved on, the band has dealt with it, and perhaps is stronger because of what the band as a family have had to endure, because a band does become a family.
It's that extended family and a
Yeah,
comfort zone
very
to a lot
much
of
so,
people.
Yeah.
Any idea how many uniforms the band has went through in your time?
Well, in my time,
Yes.
I can clearly recall 1, 2, 3 uniforms. But as I think, I finished as band master 93, 94, around that time. And I can think in quite a few other uniforms, and I would imagine that the band are moving towards double figures in the uniforms that they've had.
Who's the current bandmaster then?
Our original lead drummer,
Okay.
Trevor Donnell. Trevor had a couple of gap years, but Trevor was there at the beginning, and Trevor's still there as bandmaster.
As good as you, or refrain from answering that?
I have to give credit to the current band. Now, the deportment of the band, the style of music, is something that is to be envied, not alone in our own area, but throughout Northern Ireland and beyond. You give credit to that, to the members of the band, but of course the band does need leadership. Trevor provides that leadership, and I give credit to it.
In the west of Ulster, there lies a wee town. In 77 we formed a band, and since that day the Derg young loyalists all over Ulster their tunes did play, our flags in front lie proudly o'er us. Next the drummers go thundering by, then the blues playing tunes of glory, and no surrender is the sea wild cry. Was the Queen's Jubilee when we were born? The skeptics said we'd never last, but since that day the Derg young loyalists all over Ulster their tunes did blast, our flags in front lie proudly o'er us. Next the drummers go thundering by, then the flutes playing tunes of glory, and no surrender is the sea wild cry. to Glasgow, to Cambuslang, the band did sail. They welcomed us with open arms, our Scottish brethren, we ne'er will fail. The apprentice boys took us to London, we marched its streets, our heads held high. Don't forget the London, in Londonderry, it's Londonderry, that's still the cry. Our flags in front fly proudly o'er us, next the drummers go thundering by, then the flutes playing tunes of glory, and no surrender is the sea wild cry, and no surrender is the Castledar cry.